Hey everybody, welcome to Game Trade Media's Painting Happy Little Minis. I'm Rick.
I'm Dave.
And I'm Gretchen.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are here today and we are on cue.
There's a queue?
Yeah,
What?
apparently.
I
Get with it, Dave.
I'm never sure of the order. Sometimes it goes 1, 2, 3. Sometimes it goes 1, 2, 3.
I
It's
just
all
look
over
for
the place.
whoever's talking to look at me pointedly.
Right.
Okay.
That's my cue.
So-
Or point at you.
So what are we
Look at me.
Yes.
painting today, ladies and gentlemen?
We are continuing to paint the solarium from the Edge of the Quarantine Zone terrain range.
All right.
From, aka Wyrdscapes.
Wyrdscapes.
From Weird Games.
Nice.
So we started this on Tuesday. So if you caught the show, you would have seen all the stuff we did on Tuesday. If not, go back and look at it after this.
Yes.
Be back in time.
Back in time.
To see the genesis of this project. So, as well as the solarium,
Do-do-do-do.
we have the makeshift defenses box.
Yes.
I've been practicing that one. I haven't actually. But.
No.
So we've got the makeshift defenses box there. Rick is going to be painting. Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yes. And I'm painting the fence terrain.
Fence terrain.
Yeah, the barriers.
I am
Excellent.
continuing with my greenhouse.
Continuing the greenhouse roof.
Yes.
The roof of the solarium. Do you want to hold it up? And
I will hold that up. Ooh.
check it out?
Yes.
Very cool. So yeah, I took it home on Tuesday and did some extra lining work.
You did. You helped me out.
Went and did some homework. That was my homework for the week.
I did my homework.
Yep. Gretchen's homework was to
Watch The Haunting of Hill House. And I did it.
Nice.
All in one day.
Rick's homework was to
Do the same thing.
I don't know about that. I watched the episode. I wasn't on the episode on Tuesday, so it wasn't. I don't think there was actually a challenge to me on that one. But I did watch the first episode last night.
Okay,
right,
good.
all right.
So
Good.
I'm into it now and invested. So I will finish it.
Awesome. That's good.
I liked it. It was fun. I did notice one thing though while watching it. So like, I felt for those people. I really did. But at the same time, that was a really nice house, and I might fight ghosts for that house. I feel like that was my father's side of the family, like the Midwestern white people coming out in me,
Okay.
being like, yeah, that house might be worth some ghosts. Yeah. The Cajun blood kicked in right away and was like, oh, hell no. But, yeah. But yeah.
That's funny.
So I realized some things about myself and what I would do for hardwood floors in a clawfoot tub.
Wow. So the big couch in the first episode
Oh, man. Yeah.
that the little girl's sleeping on.
Yep.
When I saw that, I was just like, oh, what a beautiful couch. I'd love to do a photo shoot with a bunch of like
Don't get too attached to that couch.
vampires. Like people cosplayed as vampires.
Right.
That would be fun.
Like from underworld and stuff like that, you know.
Oh yeah.
And,
It was definitely very underworld.
Yeah, have them sitting around that couch, you know.
Who doesn't need a big, giant, fancy couch like in their living room, though? I feel like it's kind of necessity. You need to at least have one piece of furniture that you can kind of like dramatically lounge on.
Yes.
Wait for your rival to walk through the door, swirl a drink. I don't know. I feel like that's a necessity in any house.
You're not wrong.
Like, what are you doing with your life if you can't
Wouldn't fit in
intimidate?
our house.
Like, get a blow-up one.
It'll
It
be-
might, not, it might not have the exact same
I was gonna say,
intimidation
it
vibe.
doesn't kind of, it's like you're there lounging and you just turn slightly and it squeaks. Yeah, that's not going to work.
Air starts coming out.
Fantastic.
That's hilarious.
You know, you just got to make it work, Dave.
Yeah, okay. I see what you're saying. Maybe if I clean out my basement, I can put it in my basement.
Carl and Jeff are with us, and Chris is with us. Hail Hydra. Awesome cup, Dave.
Hail Hydra.
That's right.
Yep. I think this is Rick's cup, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Well, you brought it.
Yeah.
To the-
my cup is
the
this
show.
one, actually. Legit. And it says, is the juice worth the squeeze? It's my
Always.
mantra.
Wait, I don't know. This is kale juice. No, not so much.
No, God.
Kale's just a little
Why
bitter.
would you even say that? Ugh.
Got to add some apples in that.
Okay.
Mike says, did that Wayland shirt, where'd that Wayland shirt come from? Last exit to nowhere?
I don't get that reference. Sorry.
No.
That wasn't part of my homework.
It was not.
I got it from, who did I get it from? I think it was t-shirtbordello.com.
Oh, okay.
Or from Gen Con, one of the two.
Yeah, because they can be found at one or the other.
Yep, probably both.
Dang it.
So, at the moment, so what I'm working on here, just to keep it on the painting sort of theme, is the metal railings. So Mia painted these on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I'm just hitting them all with it's like a thinned wash of Vallejo red leather.
Okay.
Which, when that dries, actually what I can do is, I'll show you a little bit here. Just grab my paper towel. Don't need to grab all the paper towels, but it looks like I'm going to.
Yes.
You need them.
And just sort of give them a sort of a random dabbing or a wipe there, and you can wipe off a lot of the excess, but you're starting to get a rusty kind of look there.
Nice.
Ooh.
So it's pretty neat. Okay.
That I can get behind and dig.
It's super easy. So
The extra work you did on the Solarium's core base there
yep.
is
Should we talk about that?
Oh my gosh, that
It-
took me forever to just do one side of it. I'm so thankful.
Oh, this one here, yeah.
I was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to do all of this iron work.
I'm not going to say it didn't take a long time. It took a little while. It probably took about an hour that's an hour of not talking to anybody or anything, just sitting there. Line work.
Trying to keep your
line work,
hands
line
from
work. Yeah.
shaking.
Yeah, it was fine.
Thea's with us. James has joined us. Hi, James and Thea.
Hey, James. Hey, Thea.
Hi everyone.
Welcome.
So, if you haven't noticed with Painting Happy Luminis this month, we've actually been trying to keep it kind of thematic to Halloween and the holiday.
Spooky.
Yeah.
Especially, with the Wyrdscape pieces, they definitely have that haunted house look and everything.
With the night haunts, which
Yeah.
are, if ghosts aren't spooky, I don't know what is.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Wow.
Ooh. Damn. Thank you, Ray.
The
But
that was a good call.
now, okay.
This weekend, for those of you that may or may not know, because a lot of game stores are also comic book shops, there's an event going on this Saturday at your local, not all comic shops, but at participating ones, called Halloween Comic Fest.
Cool.
So if you want to go and get some cool comics, much like Free Comic Book Day, they have a bunch of free comics that you can get. And you can go there and pick some up. And if you have been out of the hobby for a while, this is a good way to kind of like jump back in and read some of the offerings and have some fun with that.
Cool. That's neat. Will you be heading to your local comic book store?
I will be going and checking out probably 2 or 3 different stores just to kind of take some pictures and stuff for Previews World and be like, hey, here's their Halloween Comic Fest event.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay. So first thing, well, not the first thing, but another thing I've got to show is, we get a close cam on this, Leona. There we go. So I was talking about on Tuesday about pieces that I left off that I thought were spare.
Okay.
They were basically these additional bits of timber along the side.
Okay.
So I glued those on when I got home, painted them up this morning. So
Did you realize they weren't spare? You actually needed them?
yeah, like right at the start of the show on Tuesday is when I realized it. It was like, oh, you're terrible, Taylor. So yeah, got that done there. I also finished off painting all of the bricks on the building itself.
Okay.
So if we again go to the close cam. There we go. Nope. There we go. Okay. Leona switched all the buttons around. So she's got to search through them all, hunt and pack style. But yeah, so I finished off all the bricks, all of the woodwork, that sort of thing. Did some dry brushing, and then put a wash over the entire thing. Just used Agrax Earthshade from Games Workshop.
Nice.
It's a little bit shiny, which generally means with a wash that you haven't sort of mixed it enough.
Okay.
It's sort of been sitting, and the particulates aren't all the way through. So that's okay. What I can do at the end, once everything's done, is I can just go and hit it with a matte varnish spray, and that'll knock that
The shine down.
that shine back down.
Nice.
But I did leave a few things on here to work on today. So
Nice. It looks great. I mean,
It really does.
it is looking pretty cool
yeah.
at the moment. And then we've got everything ready, so all of the sort of the, what do you call it, the railings that Mia worked on on Tuesday. We've got those, so all those metal railings as well. There are some that I put the wash on earlier,
Nice.
and they'll go in their appropriate spot. But yeah, I think we can wrap this up today, which would be pretty
Nice.
sweet.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's going to look great. James says, speaking of Halloween, Hell Week starts tonight at 11, an 11-day straight run for us at Demonton.
Oh,
I guess it's like their
this
haunted
is-
house event.
This is haunted house in Edmonton.
Edmonton, yeah.
We were just talking about haunted, like hayrides and haunted houses that you can go at last episode.
Yep.
Chris and James both are saying that is looking super epic and cool.
It's looking all right.
Yeah,
All right.
it's a bit of okay.
Bit of okay. It's not too bad.
Just a bit.
So I'm going to reach into the box and grab out some of my larger brushes. Probably this one.
Oof.
So
That is a larger brush.
it's only a 2-inch. It's not too bad. And it's a cheap, like 99-cent 2-inch brush. You can tell because when you go like that,
It sheds.
it sheds dramatically.
It's like it sheds almost worse than my dog.
Yep.
Yikes. And what are you going to do with that?
With this, now that I've got that brown wash over everything,
Yeah.
over the walls here, there's a lot of sort of great sort of texture elements. There's a lot of texture on here and a lot of edges and that sort of thing. So I'm going to pick out a color. In this case, I'm going to pick Bone White from the Vallejo Game Color range,
All right.
which is going to work well as a final highlight color
Okay.
for the red and the sort of the bony color that I have used here, the tan color that I've used already,
Okay.
just to give that one extra level of pop. So at the moment, the darkest levels on here are from the wash. Let's bring that in there. On there, up through the highest areas here, that from that original spray paint, but with the wash sort of tinting it, and you get that bit of a filter over it.
Okay.
So by going through and hitting it, like doing a light dry brush with the Bone White, it'll just lift that out and give you some extra sort of pop on the tabletop.
Nice.
So I picked this one as well because it's got a little bit of a grey sort of feel. It's quite desaturated.
Okay.
So it won't, it's not like a bright yellow or a very bright sort of ivory colour. So
Very nice.
that's what I'm going to do with this big brush. Hit it all at once.
I believe in you and your big brush.
I wonder if Mel's in the chat.
Yeah, it's not going to be big enough.
It's not going to be big enough for him.
KL Swift says Dave's using a Mel brush.
Excellent. How you doing,
James
Cap?
is- It's the premier haunted house in Edmonton. I've worked with them for 4 years now. Very cool.
Awesome.
YouTube has its own chat feed. No? Yeah, it does. Let's see if anybody's over on YouTube. Cat Swift, can't see any chat. Anybody on Twitch watching us? No. I mean, we have, yeah, actually, it looks like we do have a viewer or two.
Oh, hey. Hey, Twitch
But-
viewer.
But
Is that Natasha? Is Natasha watching?
I don't know who it is.
Twitch.
It could be anybody.
Mystery Twitch viewer.
Mystery Twitcher.
It could. Oh, no, now they're gone. We scared them off.
Oh. Whoops.
Yeah. Look what we did.
Scared them away.
Yeah.
It's what we do. We're too
So
spooky.
for those
You
of
and
you
your
that don't know,
enthusiasm.
we do multicast this program on YouTube Live, Twitch, and Facebook Live. So you can capture it on any one of those platforms, whichever one is the one that best suits you. However, you will notice that we tend to be more actively engaged with the chat here on Facebook.
There we go. How's that looking? Yeah?
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, not too bad.
It's freaking
All right.
awesome.
Pretty good.
Crikey.
Crikey. That's looking adequate. Wait, am I not using that word correctly?
I don't know. It's your word.
That's what I want on a t-shirt.
Crikey, that's adequate.
I would wear that t-shirt every day.
We were talking about doing some Painting Happy Little Minis merch. So.
Yeah. That's so funny. Yeah, that would be. That's something we probably do need to come back around to soon.
Yep. There we go.
This is pretty cool. The one I'm painting right now, there's actually a crow nailed to this.
No.
Yeah.
Nailed to the freaking fence
Oh, I
there.
didn't notice he was nailed earlier. I
Yeah.
thought he was just like swooping
Nope.
down.
Hanging out.
Nailed.
No.
Whoops.
Nailed it.
Yikes.
What?
What?
Huh?
Don't worry, it's not a real crow.
Oh, okay, well then,
It's just plastic.
let's paint it.
It doesn't have scary dreams, Rick, because it's just a piece of plastic.
All right, I can dig that.
Yeah. Did you get the reference, though?
Nope. Is it from the first episode of the...
No, it's from the second episode.
Damn
Just
it.
kidding. No, it's it's actually from. It is the second episode of a franchise, but it's from Aliens.
Oh, yeah. Talking about
She
the...
doesn't have
never
scary dreams because she's just a piece of plastic.
Talking about the
That's
doll
whenever
head.
she's under the bed, yeah.
Yeah.
Who didn't have a doll head as a child, right?
A disembodied doll head.
Yeah.
Me?
What?
Yeah, huh?
Then you didn't live.
Gretchen's just had all the bodies.
Yeah, no, they're headless.
Some people, some girls are baby doll head girls, and some girls are baby doll body girls.
I feel you.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Some people like chicken wings. Some people like chicken thighs.
Right.
Same sort of thing, right?
Yep. Hey, Sarah's
No,
with
completely
us.
different. Okay.
Matthew Clark has joined us. I see you, Matthew. Dave Schrump is time to drive to my other campus, but glad I could at least stop in today, guys. Dave, we are glad you were able to stop in as well.
Excellent. Oh,
Gretchen, what are you using for the greenhouse?
I am using a mix between the Hexwraith Flame wash, which is like this really bright fluorescent green.
oh yeah.
Aha, there we
There
go.
we go.
There,
Good.
there we go. So, Hexwraith Flame Wash by Citadel, and then that is with this green, which is
That's the USMC, United States Marine Corps Tank Crew Green.
Nice.
where is that on here? I've been
It's
trying
right
to.
down the bottom here.
Where I'm not looking.
Yeah.
That's correct.
There we go.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Do-do-do-do. So I'm mixing them together, and I'm doing a kind of thin coat on all of the glass parts, and then I'll probably go back and see if I can do any other detailing.
Yeah.
I'll probably turn to you and ask.
I've been thinking of a few things we can do on there for cool little highlights, and particularly things to pick out the like the shattered glass. Just put it there, shattered glass frame, and 'cause we've got a lot of cool spots like that around the greenhouse.
Put
So-
a ghost face killer in there. What?
I mean, okay.
If we have to.
What?
I was thinking like grime.
Okay, well, grime works too. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, you know what?
Plant remains. I don't.
Yeah. I was going to go for grime as well, but
Okay,
so I'm just brushing
I'll
off.
hide a ghost face just for you in the grime.
that'd be great.
Handprint.
Yeah, oh yeah, the
Yeah, just
handprint, the
yeah.
ghostly handprint.
How'd that handprint get all the way up there? I don't know.
It's the bent neck lady.
Yeah.
Don't question things.
There's a really great reveal later in about the bent neck lady.
Great.
There is.
Yeah. That was cool.
That was cool. I liked that.
Yep. Very good.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about any of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you not a spooky movie dude?
I mean, I'll watch them, but I'm not an overly enthusiastic fan of those kind of that genre.
He's a big guy, but he scares easy.
You have to do what I do. You have to wrap yourself in several burrito-like blankets, like a little burrito.
No,
Your
you keep.
case of
All I
breakfast
hear is
burrito?
food, and now I'm hungry.
Rick has never been a little burrito.
I'm more like one of those giant
Like a
ones. you can
Chipotle, or Qdoba
A Qdoba burrito?
Yeah, there you go. I'll be more like the Taco Bell burrito, and you can be the Qdoba burrito.
Okay.
And then you watch it with all the lights on.
And you don't go down to the basement for 3 days.
I don't have a basement.
I do.
I don't have to worry about that.
Well, not a lot of scary things happen in the basement in that movie, in that series. Sorry.
Yeah, it's not a basement-y.
No.
Most of it's upstairs.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. I have an upstairs too.
Me too.
Curses. No, so, everybody I think has that one scary movie that they watch as a child when they shouldn't have watched a scary movie at that age that may have affected them in a certain way.
Right.
And mine was Salem's Lot.
Oh.
And I'm getting a very Salem's Lot vibe from this show.
Right.
So-
Well, it's set in
Boston, yeah.
Massachusetts, or
Yeah.
it's set in New England. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Like I said, I'm getting that feel.
Your feelings are on point.
I think the only ones that really, really scared me was I watched it way too early.
Okay.
And that scared me as a kid. Because I felt I like scary things when I know I can fight them.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, there's rules, and I know if there's ghosts, you do the supernatural route, you get the salt, you're good to go.
Right.
If it's vampires, you stab them. A lot of things actually you can stab them and be done. And
Right.
with that, it was like, nope, you're just out of luck. Because it's a interdimensional clown.
Yeah.
Yeah, who messes with your imagination. So as a kid, the fact that I couldn't figure out a way to,
Eliminate that threat?
yeah, that screwed me up. I was not happy. That and Chucky just,
Right.
I don't like dolls that move. I don't like that.
Yeah. There's always
not
that
about it.
that
Did not
ventriloquist one
watch-
that came out in the 80s, I think, or late 70s.
Slappy. There's a Goosebumps book, and then there's
wouldn't
a
know about-
Buffy episode.
I wouldn't know about either one of those.
Jeff
This-
Dunham.
No.
He's pretty scary.
He is. Yeah.
this was came out in the 70s, I think.
Okay.
And
I wasn't alive.
I know. Yep.
There's this great thing called Netflix, though. You could probably find it on that.
Yeah.
Excellent. There we go. I thought I'd go for a red door.
Ooh,
How does that look? You liking
that's
the red
very
door?
nice.
Everybody likes the red door.
Yeah.
But when you see it, I want to paint it black.
Paint it black. Yeah, I was thinking that. Maybe I should paint it black. There's a little bit down in the corner here where there's a lot of sort of texture, where it looks like it's rotting or it's been kicked in or something like that.
Sarah says that she loves an old greenhouse covered in moss.
Yes.
What colors are you using, Rick? Coming from Sarah. So Sarah, I'm currently for the wood on the planks here. I'm just using leather brown, and I used some game color royal purple for this. There's like a raggedy cloth hanging off of the.
Oh, look, go Ravens.
Yeah, more ravens.
Yeah,
Go ravens with the ravens that are on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I did that, and then there's another piece of cloth on this one that I used some model color, Vallejo model color, medium olive, and I'm gonna freehand just some words in red that say like "keep out," you know,
Cool.
on there.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So,
Now, how would we do moss sweat? Like dry brushing, splattering, like
I'd use-
stippling.
stippling?
Yeah.
That's the word.
Yeah.
Not splattering.
Yeah,
Well,
do it with some stippling, or actually, you can get some.
tufts of moss.
You can get some tufts of moss, but you can get granulated cork flock.
That's a lot of words.
It is.
Yeah, what
so
is that?
cork is the important one in there.
Uh-huh.
So imagine like grinding that up so that it's very fine, not like a fine powder, but more like sand. And then usually you can buy those in different shades of green.
Very cool.
And so just put down some glue, sprinkle that on top,
And moss.
you're done.
Yep. And I might just have some of that laying about.
Yeah,
Ooh.
cool. That would be neat.
Add some like real texture to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the. There we go.
Chris said, "Look up the jumburrito."
The jumburito. I don't have to look it up. I'm looking at it. Oh, damn.
Wow. Mini Painting Studios says, "When I saw Event Horizon, it was the only scary movie that ever shook me."
Yeah.
And Event Horizon is actually a really good movie.
It's a fantastic film.
James says, "I watched Poltergeist when it was new in theater. My parents had a midnight showing for their friends. Yikes." And Sarah says, "Poltergeist freaked me out." Walter's with us. Hey, Walter.
Mommy.
The Ring was kind of spooky. I
Yeah.
remember when that came out.
Which?
The Ring.
The Ring.
I was little when that came out, and my older sister, desperately wanted to watch it, and my mother was like, "It's going to give your sister nightmares," but that stopped no one. So we watched it anyway, and lo and behold, the next night, power went out, TV's all buzzed, and I was not a happy camper. I was scared. I made my sister answer the phone a lot.
Nice.
I saw that movie with two of my coworkers. We were out in Champaign, Illinois,
Wow.
and so we went to the movies. We watched that, and then we sort of separated. Two of us drove back to Chicago, and the other one was driving somewhere else. So while we were on our way back to Chicago, I called the other guy and went, 7 days.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh no.
It's kind of funny.
Did they appreciate this? Were they on
Oh yeah,
board?
totally loved it.
Okay, great.
Totally loved it. After 8 days. A little bit of time's gone past.
Nice.
So, no, that was good. That's funny.
Yeah, scary movies, you know, for a while there, they were really good. Then they got a little
Hokey.
predictable. And I don't know. I heard that the new Halloween was, you know, okay.
I
Not,
think it's been well received.
uh,
Well,
I think just for nostalgia factor, but as far
Sure.
as like
that's the only reason they're making it, right?
yeah, the scare factor on it, I heard isn't like, it's not all there.
Well, because you know his MO by now. Like, you know it's my, like, I feel like at that point in time, if I was in that scary movie, I'd be like, all right, Michael.
I know you're going to be right around the corner.
I know what's coming.
I would be so fed up at that. Like, if that was my brother trying to kill me for that many years, I would be so fed up. I'd be
Michael,
like,
I'm so
really?
sick of this situation.
Like, really? Like,
Again?
just get it together. Step it up. Like,
taking you
it's
this
been,
long.
yeah, like, give up. I'm sorry, give up on your dreams. All right, we'll find new ones. It's okay.
Yeah, that's not an inaccurate statement right there.
Right.
I would be so tired. I would be hanging out with, like, a drink and just like, nope, all right, fine, we're really doing this?
Again?
Okay,
Again?
I guess this is how it be.
That makes sense.
That's funny.
That's when you have to just pull, like, the big sister card. Like, nope, you're gonna wedgie and...
I think it's way past what
Swear.
you're saying.
Right?
way past the
bit, a little bit. But I mean,
I don't know. For me, that movie that I shouldn't have watched, or shouldn't have been watching, was Nightmare on Elm Street.
Really?
that one,
Yeah.
that one I saw way later, and I was already like in high school by the first time I saw it.
Right.
And again, it was the same thing. It was there weren't rules, and that's what scared me. Like
Yep.
you thought there were rules, and then at the very end of the movie, they're like, "Psych! Doesn't matter what you do,
You're
dead."
gonna die.
And I'm like, "Oh, I don't like that."
Yeah.
Sarah says, I like scary movies, but not gore fests. Walter says his was
yeah.
The Pit and the Pendulum.
Okay.
That was a good one.
Yeah, I can understand the gore. I feel like if a movie is just relying so much on gore that there's no plot, then, and we're all thinking of the same movies here. I feel like Saw.
Well, like-
Chris had to go. Bye, Chris.
Bye,
Thanks
Chris.
for joining us today. Let's see what else we got here. Johnny Rose has joined us.
Hey, Johnny. Get back to work. Just kidding. I have no control.
Sarah says, have you ever seen The Uninvited with Ray Milland? I don't think I have.
I've heard of it. Oh man, I think I have seen that. I think is that the one where it's like ghost people like coming through like radio transmission or something? I've seen a lot of scary movies.
That sounds like Frequency.
Oh no, that's probably what I'm thinking about with that one.
Yeah.
That's
It's
Frequency.
with Michael Keaton.
This, someone said the original Frankenstein, and then Walter was like, was Vincent Price in The Raven? I don't recall.
I feel like he should have been.
Yeah, yeah. Vincent Price was an amazing talent.
One of the.
I had a. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I was going to say one of the reasons that Nightmare on Elm Street affected me so much is when I was watching it. My parents had gone out, and it was just me home alone. And we lived overlooking a lake.
Okay.
So there was a huge wall of glass, basically, behind me, looking out over the lake, and it was pitch black outside.
Yes.
You couldn't see further than like 2 or 3 feet. And then the couch sort of backed up to that. So when you're sitting on the couch watching the TV, you couldn't see behind you.
Right.
But when you did turn around and look, it was just a reflection of the TV. So it was like, anybody could be out there.
Yes.
So it's kind of like, I don't know which way to look.
This
I don't know what
story
to do.
amazes me.
Staring at dark windows at night scares me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna start putting more dark windows around.
Oh.
What?
Okay. I mean, you can go for that if you're just gonna do that. All
Yeah.
right.
That's the life I want to live.
That's why I live in the city. It's never dark in the city.
And you know what? I can actually figure out. I know the exact movie that made that scary for me, and it's kind of funny. It's not an actual scary movie.
I'm sure it's not.
It's The Great Mouse Detective. Yes, because at the very beginning of The
haven't seen
Great
it.
Mouse Detective, you've never seen The Great Mouse Detective?
Nope.
It's a Disney,
Sherlock Holmes, but
right?
it's mice.
Okay.
Yeah. And so at the very beginning, they're there, and it's like it's building up the tension, and it's right before they get the case or whatnot. And it's dark and nighttime out, and they look out the window, and there's nothing. And then they look out the window, and this bat slams into the window with
Right.
like a not very scary face at all, but.
But that was what got you.
Then yeah, because I kept expecting I was like, nope, everything's gonna do that now.
Right.
Everything. I was young and impressionable.
And windows are always there.
Windows are always there. That's the scariest thing. You never know what you're
And
going to
it's-
see out a window.
It's quite often night.
Yeah.
Yes, quite often night.
Quite often. Once a day, I hear.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Okay,
It was
so
a Great Mouse Detective.
I've gone and added some, basically the same mix that Gretchen's using on the solarium roof. I've used that on the
Steal
the
some of that.
windows here. So yeah, it looks pretty cool. The green works well with the red.
Yeah, it does.
I like that.
Yes, it does.
Holidays? It's a holiday house?
Yes.
It'd be a Christmas village, is that what you're saying?
Yes. Wyrdscape Christmas Village.
Wyrdscapes Christmas
You could
Village.
just add a couple of wreaths and It would. I'm sure Santa would come.
I'm sure he would.
Malifaux Christmas.
The Malifaux Christmas. Oh, speaking of Malifaux Christmas,
Uh-oh.
actually, it's got no connection to Christmas at all, but Malifaux. I remembered to bring in some of my Malifaux minis.
Oh, okay.
So, if Leona can go to the spinner, there we go. So these are some of the minis that I painted up from the guild. I apologize.
Oh, that one's nice.
Forgotten their names. Which one?
The cowboy-looking guy with like the big chain
Right.
stuff and the
Yep.
pistol. Oh, and that one.
Those ones.
Man, those are so good.
I'm really happy with the flaming skeleton, the magical flame,
Yeah.
particularly on the base. So all the bases are sort of done to look like wood,
Yeah.
but it's sort of all charred wood underneath him.
Oh, yeah, that is cool. I see it.
Yeah, switch out and show a couple others.
So
Oh, yoink.
the faction that I put together for Malifaux is like all the monks, the martial
okay.
artists.
Yeah.
I have these ones too. The ones you're putting up right now.
Yep.
Those are the relic hunters.
Yep.
Mine are not painted, nor will they look that amazing.
I had a lot of fun painting these up. Really.
And these, you know, obviously are for Malifaux.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Yep.
if you were to play like a Western themed
Oh yeah.
RPG like Deadlands, these
Yep.
would easily fit in for that as well.
Yep. Definitely. So there we go. Three immediate options: Malifaux, Through the Breach, and Deadlands.
And also Dracula's America.
Yeah, Dracula's America. They work well in that. From Osprey.
Yeah, lots of uses for these miniatures.
Okay, I'm just going to spin this around so you can see what I'm doing here. On these stairs, the stairs are kind of an odd one. I'm not exactly sure what sort of material it is, because they're very thin sheets. So I don't think they're stone,
Okay.
but they've got like a cracked texture on top.
Okay.
So there might be
Plaster.
plaster. Yeah, I was thinking like metal, like enameled metal stairs, that sort of thing.
Okay.
But I've just gone for, what I've decided to do is just go for metal and make that texture look like pockets of rust. Not pockets, but just areas of rust. So I can just go along and to wherever those textured pieces are and hit them with some of the red leather
Nice.
things. Another way you can do this rust is there are a bunch of companies make weathering powders, pigments,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. So you can get some really cool rust powders. And
I believe we've got an episode where we used some of those, right? For Steve Jackson Games.
oh yeah, we used them on the Ogre, the Ogre minis. Yep, that's a while ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can mix those with some like some rubbing alcohol,
Yeah.
and because the rubbing alcohol will evaporate and leave the pigment behind. But the pigments give you a little bit of extra texture as well,
Okay.
which is neat. But I figured this would look pretty cool. It's a pretty stark difference on the camera there, but not quite as stark in real life.
Tony Stark.
Not quite as Tony Stark in real life. Jeez. I don't like the scary stuff, but give me superheroes all day.
Walter says good for Call of Cthulhu as well.
Oh yeah?
I can, especially one of the miniatures here from the Relic Hunter is the one with the top hat.
Oh, yeah.
He would make for a great investigator-looking character.
He's got a very Dorian Gray kind of feel.
Carl, yeah, Dorian Gray, yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Carl says Malifaux minis are so awesome, but I find them super hard to assemble. They are a challenge.
When the Malifaux minis first moved to plastic, it's my understanding that the first sort of the digital sculpts that were being done were being handed off to the mold makers for the manufacturer in China, and they were being sort of cut up, sliced up to be put on the sprue by folks who weren't miniature gamers.
Right.
So they were just doing it the most efficient number of cuts,
Yeah.
which meant that you had things like there are zombie chihuahuas that they've sculpted,
Okay.
and one of the zombie chihuahuas has a separate ear. And I was like, why is there a separate ear?
He's a zombie.
Because it was the most efficient way to cut the model to get it onto the plastic mold.
I want a zombie chihuahua.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want a zombie chihuahua, right?
But yeah, they've been doing that for quite a while now, and there are a number of tiny parts that that Malifaux players would instantly sort of recognize as being some of the most terrifying pieces in the game. One of them is there's a character called Yanlo, who I think is for the Ten Thunders.
Yeah.
Which is like
The monks.
that same faction that
Yeah.
that you've got. I think he might be something else. Let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, if you know. If you know.
But yeah, by Yanlo's beard is a common
Okay.
saying, because he has a tiny, sort of thin beard that is separate. You would
Oh no.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
Imagine if he lost the beard.
Yeah. Oh, that's the thing. There's a lot of Yanlos going around without the beard because they've been clipped off the sprue.
Oh no. They go flying,
Flown across the room, yeah.
yet never to be found or seen again.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the big danger.
For me, the character with the whip and the sword that's on the rotation right now,
Yep.
he lost his head.
Oh, right, he lost his head. Oh, dear. That's not good.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah. I still have it. It's in the box with the miniature, but it was, I didn't have any like tweezers or anything to kind of like stabilize it or whatever.
Right.
And it just kept flying out of my fingers, and it's like,
Yeah.
I'm over you.
That's funny.
And then you crush the head.
Yeah, pinched it like a melon in my fingers.
All's well that ends well.
Facts.
Cool. This little angle here is a little bit difficult.
You can do it. You can do it.
Sometimes. Sometimes. I'm so glad I brought my glasses.
Oh, he did. I didn't even notice.
Yeah. There you go. You're just so used to seeing me with them on.
That's probably true, yeah.
There we go. Yeah, it's not super clean, but it's one of those things. If it's tough to get to with a brush,
Mm-hmm.
you generally won't be seeing it that much.
And it won't get painted by you.
Yep. So on these windows here, I'm just going through and painting in the, I guess, the framing
Mm-hmm.
in the same sort of way as the solarium roof on top.
Okay.
So there's that nice visual link between the two. There we go. But somebody might be asking, David, why are you going through and doing all these details after the dry brush? Can anybody tell me why?
Yes.
To highlight them better?
Well, if I was to paint these all in first
Mhm.
and then do that bone white dry brush,
Mm-hmm.
I'd get
Bone
bone white
white.
highlights on the windows and on the green and over the red and that sort of thing, which are things I don't want. But, yeah, looking good.
Carl says one day he came home and found one of his Malifaux nurses had fallen off its shelf
Right?
and lost its head
No.
and hasn't been found since.
Oh. No.
The curse of the Malifaux nurses.
Yep. One of the cool things, though, Weird have they have two box sets of sort of generic models
Yeah.
for Malifaux and Through the Breach that have like there are loads of different multi-part models, multi-pose models, I guess.
Okay.
Because each of these models here is put together in one way. There's one way you can assemble them. For the multi-pose ones, you can put different arms, different heads. You've got a sort of huge variety.
Right.
So there's
fancy.
one that's, I think it's got like 10 men, and there's one with 10 women. So if you lose a head, that's a good place to go and find another one.
Yes.
Plus get yourself some extra cool models.
Yes.
But rather than just having like 10 heads in there, there might be like 12 or 13.
Okay.
So you're always going to have a couple of spares. Okay, I'm going to save that last one for a little bit.
The Headless Horseman with Johnny Depp. Yeah, that was from Sleepy Hollow. Yeah, that was great.
Yep.
That was a good one.
You could absolutely do that with this. But I think they have a Headless Horseman miniature for Malifaux or some.
Probably. Actually, I didn't get him out, but I brought the mounted version of the guy with the whip, who for some reason his name is eluding me.
Thought it was going to be something funny, like whip, something whippy.
Right. Stinky McWhipface.
I was like, is it a pun? I'm ready.
No, sadly I can't remember right now. I should have done my research. Okay. So I get there and get this roof finished, then I can get some things glued down. And we get that roof almost on. How are those barricades going, Rick?
They're coming along pretty well.
Yeah?
Yeah, they are looking all right.
Show us. Let me see. Oh, there we go. We've got the keep out in progress.
Yeah.
KE. Watch you keep going.
Thank you.
Nice. So here I'm just using some coal black from Privateer Press paint range, the P3 paint range, which is a great sort of bluish green, really dark bluish green. Very cool for highlights on black or as a nice sort of otherworldly base color.
Otherworld.
Otherworld.
Would you say the other side?
Yes, I could say that.
That was
Well
a very
done.
good spooky laugh. Very,
Thank you.
very good.
Thematic.
Yeah. I'm not very good at being intimidatingly spooky. I'm not,
That's weird.
it's not my. Not. I hung out with a bunch of goths. I was friends with all the goths. They tried to make me spooky. It's just not really.
Just
I'm not
not
very
you?
good at it. Not in the this like intimidating like
Oh,
rah
okay.
sense.
Right.
Like I could probably like pull off that uncanny valley like I'm going to be really nice to you and that's somehow going to make you scared because then you're going to wonder if like the pie I'm feeding you is people or not. Like
Right.
that kind of spooky I
Okay.
could probably do.
Yeah, I can see you being like from the Wedding Crashers. I'll find you.
I was going to say,
So I could do that. I could do that. But
The creepy.
creepy mwahaha
Right.
like doesn't yeah, I can't.
Yeah,
no.
that's just not.
No.
That's not you.
there's a show that we just started watching on Netflix. I can't remember exactly the name of it, but it's like
Is it Haunting of Hill House?
no,
Oh.
it's Christine McConnell, Creations of Christine McConnell. Or something
Oh
like
yeah, the
Okay.
spooky creations. I haven't
Yeah.
watched it. Where it's like goth Martha Stewart.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
kind
I'm-
of.
I'm
Well,
excited
it's
to
not
watch that.
necessarily sort of goth, but it's spooky, but in a it's like a very spooky 50s.
Like a fun spooky.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
I'm all about that.
And she's insanely talented. So all the things that she's making aren't really like it's not like a recipe you're supposed to follow along with.
Ooh.
Okay.
It's just like if you're watching this and you're going to try this sort of stuff, you've done it already. You've done stuff like this before. This is just to give you a few
Inspired
additional
you.
ideas. Yeah,
Oh,
Is it an
I like
actual
that.
like cooking show?
it's a
It's
cooking
like cooking and crafts, right?
cooking and crafts, and
But there's a story to
there's a
it.
story. Yeah, there's a story to it. It's really strangely presented. I haven't seen a show like it before, but it was pretty cool.
That makes me want to watch it.
You should check it out.
Oh, I'd probably love that. That's probably my brand.
Yep. I think so. There we go.
Gives me kind of like an Addams Family vibe when I see the little clip of it.
Yep. It does have that. Without the laugh track. That might be part of it. Yep. Most of the characters are puppets
Ooh.
of strange animals. But,
That's fun.
yeah.
We got here.
No, it's definitely cool.
Want that.
Okay, so check out that. Something pretty good. And of course, I forgot to bring clippers.
All right.
That's okay. You have your bare hands and your brute strength and
Yep.
yeah.
It's not going to work. Yes, as soon as you pointed out that I have my brute strength to do it with,
That's her superpower.
that's when it
Yeah.
all stopped.
She'll tell you about it. She points it out, and it goes away.
There we
Oh,
go.
that's a horrible superpower.
Well,
Yeah, there we go.
oh, Doug Jones. From, what was that from?
I don't know.
Mystery Men.
And we were just talking about the animes, but
Oh. My bad.
You can tell I don't know what's going on.
Yes.
I'm not saying anything. Strange.
I didn't know it was an anime either.
that weird. Oh.
I just know that was the name of the character that Doug Jones played in Mystery Men.
It's probably, honestly,
Yeah?
most of the characters are a spoof of actual other like characters. So,
Did you say Eraserhead?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I only thought of the David Lynch film. So, no wonder I didn't know the others.
I'll just be over here with my youngin' self, up to date on all the hip new animes.
There was a question that said, does anybody make a Addams Family or Munsters house? God,
Oh.
how cool
that
would
would be
that be?
good.
Could you imagine if someone out there did get like licensing to make terrain that was
Based on those houses?
based on those kind of things?
That would sell.
That'd be pretty cool.
That would be. Get on that, Rick.
I'm busy.
Oh, busy with
Wow.
other projects, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
There are enough miniature companies out there that they could
do
go
it.
and grab a license like that to do the Munster house or the Addams. Oh man, the Addams Family house would be amazing.
Do you know it was originally like pink and stuff because it showed up on black and white better?
I
So
can
it's
believe that.
actually all yeah, it's all pastels.
Like Tripler Army Medical Center out in Hawaii. It looks like it's Pepto-Bismol
Wow.
against the mountainside.
That doesn't sound. Nope.
No, it doesn't. And it's not.
Was that more of an accident?
Nope, not at all.
Okay. There we go. How are we looking?
So I think it's coming out pretty
Good for time.
okay.
We're about 6 minutes out.
Cool.
From,
Yeah, yeah,
Looking very neat.
yeah.
One thing I will jump in and do as soon as I can get this last bit
You can do it.
pushed out. There we go.
Oh, look.
Almost there. Okay. So there's still a few little bits and pieces to do, but I think we're looking pretty good for like what, about 6 or 7 people hours.
yeah.
Oh, there we go. Ha ha. Oh, sorry.
Does anyone? We already asked that.
Do you want me to zoom in on it?
Oh yeah, if you could, that'd be great.
Ah, yes,
Pretty
Mr.
good
Renee.
there. What do we think? Yeah, nice close up on it in a second.
Ah.
Ready for it?
Boom! It looks so good.
Cool.
Ridiculously good, actually.
Around there a little bit.
I don't know if I want to put a little bit of highlight on here, or if I feel like
Oh
it's...
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Let's grab.
I feel like if you guys put moss on it, I wouldn't want to detract from the moss.
I'm just gonna mix a little bit of. Get a fine brush. Oh. Mix a little bit of ivory with the tank crew green. And
Bam.
there we go.
Teamwork, teamwork.
Yeah. So some of these edges here, just come along and highlight those. Like that.
Yes.
So starting to pick those out a little bit. There we go.
Those look good. Those look really good. What type of glue are you using? All of it? All I have is Elmer's. That's a great question. So I use the glue from that. Actually, you have some right there. I'm using the same kind of glue.
Oh, this glue?
Yep.
Okay, so this is the so this is a super glue, so a cyanoacrylate. You can see there. So Bob Smith Industries are the folks that make glue like this. They have a program where if you're a store, like a hobby store, you can sign up for it and you can send them a logo, and all of the bottles of glue that you buy from Bob Smith Industries will have your logo
That's
on
really
it.
cool.
So just replace that with like Titan Games and Hobbies or Games
Why don't
and
we have a
stuff.
happy
Weird.
little
Every
note?
single one of mine says?
Because we don't
Titans.
sell these.
Titan Games?
Yep, everything.
Yep,
Yeah,
every
all of
one
us
of
have
them.
Titan. Yep. So you can use that. Oh, these sorts of glues. Super glue is really what you're looking for most projects. But if you're looking at something like the
I like it.
what we've been working on here, all of this is high impact polystyrene. So you can use a plastic cement kind of glue. I prefer Testers, Model Masters glue, which has a really cool metal applicator, so it doesn't get clogged up too much, and it doesn't melt with the plastic glue.
Yes.
Which is important because the idea with the plastic cement is that it melts both sides of the plastic, and when it dries, it welds them. It's welded them together,
Okay.
so it's like merging them together. So you get a really strong bond there. So,
1 minute.
All right.
Oh no.
but yeah, they're the sort of things you want to be looking for, either super glue or plastic cement. If you only use the plastic cement on high impact polystyrene, everything else go with the super glue.
Nice. All right, well, here's my barrier. I got one done.
Oh, cool.
Oh, it's the little keep out. Where
Should
can
we
I?
pop it? Where should we put it? Oh, yeah, just put it on top.
Just to keep out of the roof.
Keep out of the roof.
Beautiful.
Excellent. And in a second, I will put the. So I'm just doing a final point highlight of the of white on these. So you can go around and do the same sort of thing on all of the cracks and the shattered windows and that sort of stuff, which I think would be neat. Oh, okay. That's going to go on there. That can go down there.
That looks great.
Ah, teamwork.
Where is it? Where's it going to go? It's going to look good. There we go. How about that?
Wonderful.
Perfect.
That
Hooray.
looks beautiful.
Very cool.
So yeah, that's the solarium. Is that right? Yep. The solarium from Wyrdscapes. This is available now in stores.
Yep.
I think it's $65, which is a really good deal. So yeah, check out with your local store and see if they have it.
We also have the boxes for the Haunted Spires and the Abandoned Store as well. which once you get them all done and said, you can actually build one big tower.
All right. Okay.
You know, because they are, as far as like these two can be built, put together to make a bigger tower, to make it,
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
which is kind of cool.
Oh yeah, there's a picture of it on the back. Let me just go to the close cam here.
You can see it on the big, yeah.
Yep, there we go.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That is pretty awesome.
Yeah. We do have some contests going on. Just a reminder for all of you watching. We have the How Many Dice Are in the Pumpkin contest still on the Facebook page, so go in and check that out.
I thought you could pick a handful out. I was like, oh.
Tomorrow you'll find out who the winners are for the Dungeons and Dragons Art and Arcana book.
Oh, fantastic.
On the
And building character?
no, during the episode of Board Games and Beyond.
Oh, fantastic.
When it airs, the winner will be announced on there. Let's see, what else did we have?
We have the...
That's right, and also on Board Games and Beyond, the winner of the Orbis Space Cowboys game, so Orbis,
All right, yep.
Why Space Cowboys. We're giving away a copy of that. That'll be announced on Board Games and Beyond as well. What's that?
The 750.
And then the 750 will be announced next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Yep. So until then, because we're on that rush to 1,000.
Yeah.
For all of you that are watching, because we're on that rush to 1,000 in the Painting Happy Little Minis group. If you're not already a member of the group, please go there and request to join. We'll add you in. But if you are a member and you're watching this and you have not done it in a while, go up to the spot where it says invite your friends and do that. All your friends. I don't care if they don't like miniatures or not.
I care.
Grandma, too.
Yeah, Grandma too,
Yes.
because she wants to see all the amazing creative artwork that you're doing and that everybody else is doing. And it's a fun community.
You don't look like you believe Grandma wants. Grandma always wants to see the creative things we do. They're Grandma.
I'm a big one for slow and steady organic growth. Everybody who comes to be part of that community wants to be part of our community.
Grandma wants to be
That's
part
what
of
I'm
the
all
community.
about.
Bees today.
Grandma always wants to become part of the community.
It's
All
true.
right, so that's it for the show today, ladies and gentlemen. This has been
My mom
Painting
is.
Happy Little Minis. I'm Rick,
I'm Dave.
I'm Gretchen.
and we'll see you at the game store.
Thanks for watching Painting Happy Little Minis. If you liked it, leave a like and a comment below, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any new content.